Here we go, man. We got the energy flow here. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are live. Hey guys, welcome. We have a great crew today, guys. We are broadcasting to you live from all four corners. We've got the West Coast, East Coast, South Coast, Central Coast. I mean, we've got all kinds of coasts here. So we are excited to be here, and I am going to go around and just introduce our panel of experts. We have from, we'll say, Naples, Florida, from the Gulf Coast of Florida, we have Tony. Hey, Tony, how's it going? He's enjoying that beautiful sun and clouds, I guess, in the 80s. That's awesome, man. We have Deb in probably Tampa area or same area of Florida, too. So we'll kind of give you a little shout out. And then, of course, Wendy is in Washington State, actually, Wendy. So great to see you here. And of course, Demetrius in beautiful Irvine, California. We love it. We love it. We love it. So guys, today we are talking about disrupting an existing platform to create billionaires. And we are going to start with you, Demetrius, because we really want to know. I am so fascinated. I'm excited. And I know Wendy, Tony, and Deb, we're all kind of curious as to, you know, what this platform is, how it's disrupting everybody. So Demetrius, kind of like, let's get into this.
Awesome. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Absolutely.
Or am I? Okay. It looks like there's a little slight delay. I don't know if that disrupts anything, but we're good to go. Okay. So thanks for having me on. I'm really excited about what I'm going to lay down here, and just kind of make people aware of this disruption in an industry that already exists. And so, before I even get into
Yeah, I think from time to time, it depends on your connection there. It might freeze up a bit. And looks like we've got somebody else that's joining us too. Oh, cool. Join the party. Okay, Demetrius, you froze up a bit, so let's see if we can
my signal. Can you hear me?
Okay, so that was you coming back in again. Okay, so we have you back. All right, there we go. Go ahead.
I am back. Okay, so before I get into any of that, I just kind of want to talk about some things that are common knowledge to a lot of people, and I'll just kind of relate this to something that most people are aware of. And I'll start kind of with the 8-track. When that technology first got introduced, we got introduced to a way in which we can hear music. It's an old way of listening to music, but it's called the 8-track. And most of you probably remember that, depending on the age that your age bracket you're in now. And then you move on from that to a cassette tape. Which most people, used on a common, day-to-day basis. You forward and rewind, you get right to, the area that you want to listen to, right? And then from that evolved something called a CD. And we all were, CD collectors. We've had many of them in, our living room stacked up high, and we're just really, amazed about how it delivered music. You can efficiently get from one song to the next, and the quality of music that was delivered was just incredible, right? Then from there, something happened, another disruption happened where the MP3 player got introduced, and you had your headphones on, and maybe you had a fancy ARM, wrap where you can, run and kind of be active and listen to thousands of songs kind of right at your fingertips. And then something just really disrupted everything, and it was almost like an atomic bomb where you now have the music moving to the clouds. So I'm getting somewhere with this. Just follow this. The music moved to the clouds. Now, what I'm about to talk about is almost in reference to you being introduced to the CD, having it in your hand, and having multiple CDs stacked up high, and all of a sudden I come to you and I said, hey, I want to talk to you about the music moving into the clouds. And you'd probably look at me with 4 or 5 heads saying, what are you talking about, right? And you'd probably think I was either on some kind of drug or some hallucinogen, not understanding how and when and why the music would get delivered into the cloud. And so here's where we are. Today, our music is delivered to us in the clouds. And I say that because Michael Jackson's song, or any other artist, whatever your favorite artist is, it's never changed. The music never changed. The only thing that changed was the way in which the music was delivered to you. So I'm going to talk about a few more disruptions, right? So here's a disruptions. Here's something that you're a lot more familiar with. A company called Uber. They come in and they disrupt the entire industry of transportation. My dad was a cab driver. He worked hard for 40 plus years, and Uber takes over and eliminates his position. It took the normal guy, follow this, the normal guy stepped into his own car, picked up a stranger, and dropped him off at a remote area. They didn't know it, and it allowed him to make a part-time or full-time income. That sounds simple, right? Billions of dollars was made in the midst of this disruption. Another disruption, Airbnb. Common guy again steps into a platform right from the palm of his hand, like the Uber. And then what happens is he's able to rent out a portion of his home for a part-time or full-time income. Social media, also a major disruptor. Common guy gets on social media, no one knows him, and boom, his name is James Wright, 8 million plus followers, and he goes on to have this incredible music career as a result of making one video. And you've heard of all those people. They're called Instagram or social media influencers. So here is why we arrived. I prepared you for this. Here's why we arrived at what I want to talk about. There is a major disruption, and it's happening in a moment of time with something that we refer to as GoFundMe. Now, there are a lot of people currently right now that will post on social media, and they post to get other people to participate in whatever campaign that they decide. So this is not about GoFundMe. I'm just talking to you about an industry that you are fully aware of, but it's about to get tweaked, and that is the topic of conversation. And here's that tweak. That GoFundMe platform
I think you froze just a little bit again.
We're all trying to stream on data here. That's part of the problem, I think.
Here he is. He's back. Yeah. Wendy and I have been doing this for so long that it's like we're used to it, right, Wendy?
Yes, it's so frustrating, but yeah, we're used to it.
We just go with the flow. There he is. Okay, you're back.
I was.
Can you see?
I can. Yeah, we can see and hear you. Yeah, you're back.
Hold on.
There you are.
We
I'm
lost
back.
you when you were talking about the GoFundMe.
Okay. Awesome. So that GoFundMe platform that we're talking about is about to actually be introduced to the general public and move the common guy right onto the blockchain. And it's now referred to as something called a smart contract. Now, these smart contracts are digital assets, kind of like a portion of your home, if you're involved with Airbnb, is an asset to you because it's creating you ongoing income. Well, campaigns, whether it is that there's an anniversary, a company that you'd like to launch, money you'd like to raise for a good cause, a tragedy in the family, or just a loved one that you'd like to raise money for, that's about to give birth on the internet in the form of the blockchain, and having attached to it a coin that is valued at 2.5 cents. Now, this may all sound foreign. I'm not here to sell you on this. I just want you to kind of digest some of this information because there's a lot of money involved and there's people making incredible amounts of income to the tune of $200,000+ in 1 day with a common concept that already exists, and there's a tweak, much like Airbnb, much like Uber. It's just that we were not aware of when it happened and why it would be even important for us to engage or even invest in that industry. But now we are all a part of it, and it's part of our daily lifestyles, right? If we're going on vacation, same thing. But Airbnb, so you understand, disrupted the hotel industry, much like Uber disrupted the transportation industry, and much like entertainment has changed on social media. There's many more I can talk about, but millions of dollars have been made, and what's about to happen is going to be talked about tonight at 7 p.m. And you need to launch this, Joe. 7 p.m. tonight Eastern Time. All the details will be delivered as to why it's important for you to pay attention to this industry shift that's going to create not only millionaires, but billionaires as a result of a platform that introduces campaigning, and also for you to have the ability to earn on something called smart contracts. If you have a smartphone and you stood in line hours upon hours, and like most people will, when it's time for them to get the iPhone 12, if you have a smartphone, you better have a smart contract, because that is going to be the new way on creating income all over the world in a global format for the normal guy. And you don't need to have any high level education on how it works, why it works. Just like you get on a plane, you trust in the fact it's going to get you to your destination. You don't need to know how the engine works. You get inside and you begin to drive. And that's what's about to take place on the internet, on the blockchain, accumulating a cryptocurrency that is similar to an Ethereum that does 2,000 transactions per second, where Ethereum does just 100 to 200 per second. And if you ever had, some kind of fascination, or it intrigued you, what was happening in the crypto space in regards to creating income or accumulating crypto to whatever means that matches your finances, this is the time to pay attention. So I didn't give much details, Joe. I'm excited about what's happening. We all came together just to kind of plant this seed. But tonight, there's a gentleman that's going to be delivering some of the details, all of the details from top to bottom, on how it is that you can create massive amounts of wealth. And this gentleman made nearly $900,000 in 7 weeks with this concept. And it's going to create more multimillionaires. Now, he is a normal guy. He didn't start off as a billionaire. He didn't have a lot of money to invest. And you too today can be the normal person, like the Uber guy, like the Airbnb guy, like the social media guy, and tap into something that already exists, that's about to take off and be heightened to a level that you won't understand, because by the time you understand it, it is too late. So go ahead, Joe. Maybe there's some questions. Maybe you want to add some of that. As you can see, I'm really excited. I'm in my car. I've got the windows up, and it's 77 degrees. So if I faint,
I love it. I love it.
I do have a question, Demetrius, if you can hear me.
go ahead.
Deb, ask your question, and then Wendy, you can ask your question. Go
Can
ahead.
you hear me? I have heard stories, as I'm sure other people have, of security issues. And one of the things that's impressive to me is it seems like this is an indestructible thing. Like, even if you go away or somebody goes away, can you talk to security and why this is so much more impressive than competitive systems that we're going to hear about?
I sure can. In fact, when that's a great question. And when it comes to the blockchain, the federal government, many entities have tried to disrupt it because of its efficiency and how it delivers, and it has obviously created a lot of wealth around our crypto space, from Bitcoin to Ethereum to other altcoins that have given birth. If it answers your question directly, Bitcoin as we know it has always been a mysterious item, a mysterious conversation. And, people are uncertain of why they should acquire it, why it's important to even kind of pay attention to what's happening. But all I can tell you in a nutshell, so that hopefully I'm answering this question, the right way.